About half the cells in your body aren't even human, they're just living there. If you imagine your body as a tidy, self contained human organism, biology has some mildly unsettling news. You're not alone in there. Your body is home to trillions of microorganisms, bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other microscopic life forms that live on your skin, in your mouth, throughout your digestive system, and in several locations you may prefer not to picture too clearly. This enormous community is known as the human microbiome. For decades, scientists believed human cells vastly outnumbered microbial ones. Then, someone actually counted. The modern estimate suggests your body contains roughly as many microbial cells as human cells, somewhere around 30 to 40 trillion of each, which means that if you could somehow separate all the you cells from the microbial ones, the result would be slightly humbling. About half of the cells in your body aren't technically human at all. Your gut alone hosts hundreds of different bacterial species, many of which are essential for keeping you alive. They help digest food, manufacture vitamins, regulate your immune system, and influence the delicate chemistry of your brain. Some researchers now suspect that these microbes can even affect things like mood, appetite, and behavior. In other words, part of what you experience as your own thoughts and cravings may be influenced by an invisible civilization living inside your intestines. Without these microscopic residents, digestion would fail, your immune system would falter, and your body would struggle to function. You are not simply a human body. You are a mobile ecosystem, a crowded biological habitat, where trillions of organisms coexist just well enough to keep the entire arrangement alive. A human being, in the strict biological sense, is less like a single creature and more like a busy microscopic city that somehow learned to walk upright. Humans are weird. Subscribe for one strange science fact about the human body every day. Make it twice Islamic. Let's lean fully into the strangeness and give this one a bit more room to breathe. You are less a person and more a walking hotel for trillions of microscopic freeloaders. Tagline option 1. Your body is not a single organism. It's a densely populated microbial metropolis wearing trousers. Tagline option 2. About half the cells in your body aren't even human. They're just living there. If you imagine your body as a neat, self-contained human organism, biology has some mildly unsettling news. You are not alone in there, not even close. Your body is home to trillions of microorganisms, bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other microscopic life forms that live on your skin, inside your mouth, along your digestive tract, and in various other corners of your anatomy where evolution has quietly allowed them to set up shop. Collectively, this enormous community is known as the human microbiome. For most of modern science, researchers assumed these microbes were simply a thin coating on an otherwise human machine. Useful, perhaps, but vastly outnumbered by the body's own cells. Then, scientists began counting more carefully. The result was awkward. Current estimates suggest that the average human body contains roughly the same number of microbial cells as human ones, around 30 to 40 trillion of each, which means that, by simple arithmetic, about half the cells in your body are not actually human. They belong to your microscopic tenants. Your gut alone contains an entire ecosystem of microbial species, hundreds of different kinds of bacteria, each performing specialized chemical tasks that your body cannot manage on its own. They break down complex carbohydrates. They manufacture vitamins such as vitamin K and certain B vitamins. They train and regulate your immune system. They help protect you from harmful invading microbes by simply occupying the available space first. In other words, a significant portion of your biology is outsourced labor. Without these microbial partners, your digestion would struggle, your immune system would become confused, and many essential metabolic processes would grind to a halt. Scientists are still discovering just how deeply these organisms influence human life. Research now suggests that microbes living in the gut may affect hunger signals, mood regulation, inflammation levels, and even aspects of behavior through what is called the gut-brain axis, a complex communication system linking the digestive system and the nervous system. That means some of what you experience as cravings, moods, or general feelings of well-being may be shaped partly by the microscopic life forms living inside your intestines, which is a slightly strange thought because it implies that the creature you think of as you may actually be the result of negotiations between trillions of organisms sharing the same body. From a biological perspective, a human being is not really a single individual. It is something closer to a mobile ecosystem, a densely packed biological habitat made up of human cells and microbial ones cooperating just well enough to keep the entire arrangement alive. You carry entire civilizations of microscopic life on your skin. You host chemical factories inside your digestive tract. You are, quite literally, a walking planet for bacteria. And most of the time, they are doing an excellent job of keeping you alive, which means that the human body is not quite the lone creature it appears to be. It is more like a crowded biological city, inhabited by trillions of microscopic residents, all quietly going about their work while you worry about emails and grocery lists. The strange truth is this: you are not just one organism. You are an ecosystem with opinions. Humans are weird. Subscribe for one strange science fact about the human body every day. Weird humans. Share the weirdness here. Share the newsletter.